Hello, wealthy family, and welcome to today's Mindset Monday video. Thank you for coming and sharing some time with me. I appreciate you all so much. So today I want to talk about mental health and social distancing. Now, first things first, the term social distance is an oxymoron. It doesn't coincide with each other, right? It actually is a conflicting statement because you cannot be distant and be sociable at the same time, okay? And although not everyone may be a social butterfly, including myself, I'm a bit of an introvert, right? So although not everyone is a social butterfly, we as human beings, as a collective, are sociable beings. We enjoy socializing, which is why social media is so huge, right? It gives you that right hit of dopamine at the right time, right? So, with social distancing, that already puts your mind in a kerfluffle. You're like, what is happening? What do you mean social distance, all right? You have to try to figure that out, okay? Secondly, there is no data to show the effects of what social distancing will do to a person, because this is a new term, this is a new concept, this is a new practice that they've introduced to society, okay? The closest thing that we have to knowing the effects of being separated from people for a long time are prisoners who go through solitary confinement. And there's been studies of prisoners who have been in solitary confinement, some of them for extended period of times, but even spending 90 days in solitary confinement, in the hole, in lockup, whatever you want to call it, 90 days of not having any interaction with another human being has shown that these prisoners have gone through some type of mental disorder, okay? For people who have been gone from society for a long period of time, maybe, they were lost on a trip, lost in the woods or something of that nature, and they didn't have human interaction, it would show that they had to get acclimated back into interacting with people because their mental was disordered. There was a snap somewhere. Something went off because they had no one else to interact with. So, for social distancing and mental disorder right now, especially for children who are having to go through this, what do you think the effects will be for them? Especially for children who used to be so in love with their grandparents, and now, maybe their parents don't feel safe letting their children go to their grandparents' house for whatever reason. Or there's children that are in school right now who are behind plexiglass. They're encased in plexiglass with the mask on all day. They'll never see their teacher's mouth or smile. And then sometimes they go home and they're told to wear a mask at home too. So now you're cutting off half of the face of people that you're interacting with. You can never tell their tone. You can barely hear people behind these masks. What is it doing mentally to people? It takes 21 days to create a habit, 90 days to create a lifestyle. How long have people been told that they should wear a mask or they should be in isolation? Depending on where you live in this world, you're also being told that you cannot gather in more than 4 people per group. More than 4 people at a time. But yet, how is that affecting people for the long haul? What about people with OCD? What about people with schizophrenia? What about people that need that human interaction in order to get through their daily life? How is that going to affect them in the long haul? And although not enough people are talking about it, I know that child abuse, child neglect, domestic violence has gone up. Suicides has gone up. It has skyrocketed during this time of social distancing. So those are at least some of the effects that we know that's happening right now. But long term, what about the babies that are born into this? They're used to seeing the doctors. We're used to seeing the doctors when they deliver the baby, right, with the mask on. But now mama has to have a mask. And depending on her beliefs, she may wear a mask at home while she's there with baby. Now baby doesn't know how to recognize the face of their parents. How is this going to affect us long term as humanity? How is that going to affect us as a people? So I know that senses, your physical senses, your sense of touch, hearing, smell, taste, all important. Sight, all important. When you have a social distance, you're losing that sense of touch. You're losing the ability to pass on your energy physically in a form that can be helpful to others. How many of you feel so good when you get that big, encompassing bear hug from someone that you love? Or even from someone who just wants to give free hugs? I've gotten free hugs before. They're pretty freaking cool. Usually people who give away free hugs, as long as they look okay, they normally give the best, all-encompassing bear hugs. I love it. But now people are going to be resorting to hugging a tree because you can't hug people. How is that going to affect us? People are losing their empathy for others. People are losing their ability to interact sociably for real. Especially children who are being told they can't play with other children on the playground. It used to be, yes, go ahead, go interact everything, go touch everything so you can get the germs, so you can build up the immunity. Now it's being turned around. How is that affecting the mentality? People are falling into a lower level, sunken place because they can't be around the ones who they love, whether it's because they're afraid of causing them to be sick or getting sick themselves. So many fear and panic is happening right now. All because of something that doesn't make sense. Social distancing does not go together. So how do you keep your mentality in check? How do you keep yourself at a high vibe? 1, know that there is nothing to fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. There is nothing to fear but fear itself. That's 1. 2, as long as you are acting in love and you're keeping yourself in a high vibration, you're keeping yourself healthy, do as much social interacting as you possibly can. Not on electronics, but actually face to face. This is nothing new under the sun as it comes out and beams so much higher. I mean, it's new, but it's not new. Get out and be sociable. Smile. Smile. And if you're someone who chooses to wear a mask, every now and then, when you feel the urge, pull it down and smile at someone. Tell them to have a beautiful day. Do it in a way that's so warming and so helpful that they'll have no choice but to smile back in return. And that will socially connect you with other people. Do not be afraid to connect with other people. And lastly, thirdly, allow yourself to practice self-love. If you love yourself first, if you do things that may be considered to others a little selfish, who cares? Because all being selfish means is I'm choosing to please me first. And you're mad at me, you're calling me selfish because I'm not doing what I should do, what you think I should do to please you. No, I'm going to please me first. Because at the end of the day, I am here with me always. So practice self-love. Because when you practice self-love, when you love yourself first, you will have so much love built up inside you, it's going to just ooze out onto others. And that's how you win at this mental game. So wealthy family. Until we connect next time, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love.